Hello there everybody, we're back in the arena, and I am playing once again with the vampires. So the first duel we had in the episode where I made this deck wasn't quite a good show of its skills. Our opponent was running mono red, but they didn't really seem to have any creatures of sorts. I imagine their deck had a lot of I imagine his hand must have been very strange. Isolated Chapel, Mortar of Dust, Cast Down, and I will keep this hand because I have a lot of plays I can make. Of course, there's a lot of early plays, so that could prove problematic. So I won't show that I'm multicolor yet, because I feel like that really paints expectations on your opponent, and it gives them an idea of what you have. Also, just for a little bit more safety, I'm going to summon... Yeah. So I am going to play Martyr of Dusk first. Now it's their choice if they want to use up a shock or anything really to kill it. But he replaces himself, which is exactly why I have him here. Unless he gets exiled, it's relatively fine. Goblin Instigator, okay. This person might be running goblins. Now, I am going to attack simply because it's their choice to block. And, again, in my mind, I always see, okay, they have a plan in mind then. They probably have another mana and can summon out something. They also potentially have shock. Whenever I see red, I always see if they have shock. They might also have Sure Strike. Yeah, if they don't play a spell, I'm not blocking. I'm still not gonna block. Now I'll block. Okay, when summoner's attack, you may pay X if you do create a 1-element creature tapped and attacking. Beginning of your next end step, exile. Interesting. But... okay. So I'm going to attack. Obviously he's going to sacrifice his Sky Marcher to get rid of my bishop. Or not. Now that's problematic. So I think I might... yeah, I'm going to... that's just honestly too dangerous to leave on the field. Tapped in Stone Quarry with 3 cards in the hand. Again, I technically have... I count basically the monster that's going to die as 2 creatures. So I effectively have 3 creatures. They're being very non-aggressive right now, which has me wondering what their hand's looking like. I still have quite a few plays I can make still. Okay, so now he's going to start attacking. At least with Sky Marcher. Oh, well, nope, all 4. So I do have Murder. I'm going to summon another Bishops. I'm actually not going to attack. Actually, no, I will, but with the Martyr. He's gonna block. However, if he does have something like Sure Strike, I won't block. Honestly, right now, the mana problem is hurting. 1 land kind of fixes the Marren problem, the Marvren, but... alright, there's a Lightning Strike. I imagine they might have agonized over that, because, well, the Bishop is... both Lightning Strikes! Wow! I personally don't feel like that was worth. We won't block. I'll take the hits. And there it is. So we will actually... Okay. No, we'll hold on to it. Now he's no longer a problem, but we still are on the downswing. However, I don't think he's going to be willing to attack with his 2-1. He'll just hit me with the 1s for now. I wish I could use Invoke the Divine right now, but there's nothing really to pop. Again, in my opinion, using up 2 strike... Oh, okay, so... He had a backup copy in his hand, so he can still attack with Sky Marcher, but he will lose it. If it's a Goblin swinging, I won't block. If it's the Vampire swing... If it's the Token swinging, I won't block, but... We're on a low... We're on the... very wrong swing right now. And this is what holding out has actually gotten me. So I'm going to force him basically to either block or give me 2. He gave me the 2. So obviously I'll have to let the attack of the Sky Marcher go out, and that's a problem. Now she can go through, period, so she's safe. She's a permanent attacker now. That's not good. I'm actually really annoyed that he was able to draw another one. It's probably a very low-cost deck. Made to chip you down with big damaging spells. He probably doesn't want to lose any of his creatures, though. So I imagine he's just going to attack with Sky Marcher. So I'll be able to get Child of Night out next. This would be a real good time to draw. Nope, I'm going to block that. Correction, I'm blocking the vamp. I'm blocking... I'll block the Instigator. Even though he does have the 2 in his hand, I know for sure that there aren't too many cards that give you +1/+1. This guy's taking a very long time to math things out. He must have something, though, so I'm not going to take the chance. Ooh, this is... Okay. I know this may seem like a bad idea. Yes, he has an instant. Crap, it's probably either his 3rd lightning strike. This might be bad. Now there are 2 plays I can make here. Now, if I can survive this next upcoming turn, which I might not be able to, I'll more than likely, on Sarah's Wings... No, I'll get out Child of Night. See, 1 red and X, so if nothing's played and they attack with that... I'm doing some math right now. 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll live with 7. I'll live with 7 if he chooses to attack. Unless he got the card he needed. Which is a very strong possibility. Honestly, perhaps the right play was getting on Sarah's wings and attacking with Legion Lieutenant. Now, I think he has to pay when he issues the attack. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, all mana steps, so... First we're blocking... her, that, and that. And I think that gives me just enough to survive. Yes, I was right. And... oh, because he died already. Shinsengumi. It's time to turn her into a flyer. So I'm getting back 5. This is a very tense matchup, but he gets to keep his elementals because I made that mistake. Oh no, City's Blessing. Oh, that's why. But now he can't really... now he needs a Lightning Strike to take out Bishop. And she's a flyer, so she can block Sky Marcher. Yeah, holding on to the wings was probably foolish, but also may have just saved me. Now, is it only when it's attacking? Yeah, only when she's attacking she gets it. Or he gets it. I don't know. Alright, so another turn must now be waited. Although in truth, I will just drop down. No, attacking again with everything. I'm going to actually have to risk this. Actually, no, not that. Get rid of the things that are going to stay. Alright, I called out the bluff. However, a shot now is very problematic, though I think Take Vengeance might be in that person's hand. Attacks or blocks each combat if able to. Okay. So once again, we attack with Bishop. She buffs herself. And we get that life back. Alright. So, Child of the Night will probably block Relentless Raptor, who has to attack. I'll send Amanto to block this one. Why are they still around? Oh, unless you have to say... oh, okay. That explains it. Now I understand. Honestly, the Radiant Destiny would be the most perfect card to draw right about now. This is a good match. I'm a bit more on the upswing now because I've hit my spike. Not to mention, I'm now gaining back life much better with Legion Lieutenant, and so on. I haven't seen one of my angels, which is actually making me very upset. Because she would have been, ooh, so good. Gain twice the life put on the bottom of the owner's library. Interesting. So they willingly used up all their mana. I don't think they wanted to attack with Relentless. Actually, I'd be willing to pay to keep Amanto up. Let's see if they'll make me pay, though. They might actually get rid of the token, just because. Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, we actually get another Amanto, which is very nice. Okay, I'm going to swing with these two. Actually, no, these three. And we're giving her the boost. So it's up to him now. He can group block to take out both Adanto. Yeah, he's going to take out Child of the Night, because he... Or not. That's a bit strange to me. It's interesting how a lifelink deck can really change the way a duel's going. He must have something planned, though. Forerunner Legion. Okay, so he hasn't... He's probably going to grab another card. A third copy of Marven? Or it's a really rough gamble. Of course, like this, he can also just straight up take out Child of the Night. But then he'll take... Actually, no. I win this turn if he does not double block. If he doesn't block both Adantos. Oh, he doesn't block everything. So... Yeah, it's a swing with all scenario. I win no matter what if I swing with all. And that's just... Actually, no. I'll wait till the battle phase to... Anything that's attacking Legion, I'll block. I'll murder. Oh no, I did my math right. Yeah, I think dude just realized it. And this way, if he tries to play a shock or something... And... yeah, there we go. Alright, so that was actually a much better test of this deck's strengths. Some of the stuff I put in the deck really does feel like it fit better. Of course, having more cast downs, having a lot of the cards I had come out sooner would have been much more preferred. But it was a really... I felt like it was a good match. I personally enjoyed it. Really don't have time for another one, though, because these were very long matches. Woof! So, I'm just going to really quickly look what I can do to make it slightly better. Like, obviously the bishops were good, but perhaps a third a Danto or a third Martyr would have been better. Because my bishops were really targeted heavily because of their lifelink. I honestly should have gotten rid of that Sky Marcher sooner too. Like that created a very bad situation for me. But I did only have the one copy. Did not see any of my Radiant Destinies or my Resplendent Angels. I saw two of my murders. Did not see any Sadistic. I only saw one binding. Getting the singles on Cherished Wings was really nice though. I did not see Sanctum Seeker. I only saw Epicure of Blood once, and same thing with Sovereign. I did not see Vona at all. But I did see the Isolated Chapel, which was nice. I did not see Legion's Landing either, which was interesting to me. But I did see my Invoke the Divines and my Mavren. So, again, if I'm counting on the cards I didn't see, Sadistic, Sanctum, Vona, and Legion's Landing, it's not that bad. It definitely requires my opponent to not be heavy on the mana and have too many answers, like the opponents I fought. And even if they do have answers, as long as I have the bigger cards out, or the better cards out, and I keep them properly... this is why I took out the create more tokens. Because if I had that instead of Squire's Devotion, it would have taken more to get rid of my Marven in that first duel I fought. It's a quick overview. Honestly, the deck is working relatively well. I'm surprised I got 2 wins with it. I put in something by accident. No, I didn't. I didn't take anything out either. Good. Alright, but, well, that's all for being in the arena. I want to thank y'all for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, please leave a like on the video itself or subscribe to the channel for some more content. Share a friend or two if you enjoyed the match. It was a little bit tense for me, I'll tell you that. Really trying to be a better player and do things after, you make use of my main phase 2. Wait till after the battle phase to react to things. Because again, I could have taken... There were certain situations I've been in where I've taken out creatures before the battle phase. And while that's an okay strategy, it was not the best. And could have resulted in much worse situations where my opponent gets desperate and makes clutch moves, which ends up winning, which ends up getting them the win because it's very hard to explain. I'm going to give you a scenario before I finish my outro, and that's, I could have, we'll use this deck even. I could have, Resplendent Angel out on the field, which was another one we didn't see play. I don't remember if I mentioned it. And she could be there. I could be fighting a red deck, right? And then I draw Murder or Squire's Devotion, right? Now, if I play Murder, and let's say I have an Isolated Chapel, so that justifies an Isolated Chapel, Swamp, and a Plains. A realistic situation. It's turn 4, I have out Resplendent, and now I have enough mana to cast one of these. Or even to cast Legions, right? So, maybe if I cast Legion main phase 1, right? Because, obviously I want the token. And that's another target for my opponent to, target, right? So if they use that, Chandra's Blast thing where it does 2 damage, yeah, I'll lose the token, but at least I'll have gotten rid of a potential, a very, actually rough card. Now, I could, that same main phase, activate Squire's Devotion onto Resplendent Angel, giving her lifelink and creating another white vampire token. However, that might be what they needed to activate something like, we'll say it's turn 4, we'll say they went first. They could have Lightning Strike and Shock in their hand, but not want to use it just yet, right? Or maybe even better, they use up Shock to get rid of the creature from Legion's Landing, right? And then they could be like, well, I could get rid of his Angel as well, but he still has mana tapped, so I don't want to risk that. Now, of course, there's always a situation where... Well, here's the thing, right? Not using Squire's Devotion or Murder right then and there potentially keeps her alive for the battle phase. Because they'll take the 3, right? If they're... I give most of my opponents the benefit of the doubt that they're really skilled players. And they could just take... They'll take the 3, right? And willingly. But they wouldn't want to take 3. They wouldn't want to take 4 and also give me life. Or even worse, they wouldn't want to take 4... They wouldn't want to take 3 after losing a creature. They might want to pay me back, right? So that's why I wait till the main phase 2 when things are kind of like calming down and activate such a thing. Because then they'll go, oh, well, it doesn't matter. He has a 4/4 creature, but I could just wait till my turn and maybe I'll get something good instead of, you know, wasting a shock and a lightning strike on it. Or again, they could just take up their turn to use said shock and lightning strike instead of just the lightning strike. More plays can be made before the battle phase than... More plays can be made after the battle phase, because it's mind games still. Of course, if you train yourself to think through that mindset, or again, you just have a lot of answers in your hand, that's another option entirely. And again, there's a number of ways you can play Magic, but I'm trying to go for the play things on main phase 2 as well. I'm trying to get out of the mindset of everything must be played main phase 1, no exceptions. But yeah. Once again, big thank you all for watching. Until the next video, I just want to say, laters.